Welcome to class students. In this class today we are going to discuss zero delay control, event based timing control. In zero delay control, procedural statements in different always initial blocks may be evaluated at the same simulation time. The order of execution of these statements in different always initial blocks is non-deterministic. A zero delay control is a method to ensure that statement is executed at last after all other statements in that simulation time are executed. This is used to eliminate race conditions. However, if there are multiple zero delay statements, the order between them is non-deterministic. If you consider an example, initial, begin x equal to 0, y equal to 0, and one more initial statement, begin x equal to 1, y equal to 1. Here a zero delay, hash 0, exclusively they are mentioned. There are four statements, x equal to 0, y equal to 0, x equal to 1, y equal to 1 are to be executed at simulation time 0. Since delay is not mentioned in first two assignment and here delay is 0, so altogether there are four different statements that need to be executed at simulation time 0, means at the beginning. However, since x equal to 1 and y equal to 1 have hash 0, they will be executed last. So the delay hash 0 is mentioned here. So that means these two statements are executed at last. Thus at the end of time 0, x will have value 1 and y will have value 1. The order in which x equal to 1 and y equal to 1 are executed is not deterministic. That means whether x gets value 1 or y gets value 1 first is not deterministic. At the end of first simulation time or at the time 0, x and y both will get value 1. The above example was used as an illustration. However, using hash 0 is not a recommended practice. Event based timing control. An event is the change in the value on a register or a net. Events can be utilized to trigger execution of a statement or a block of statements. There are four types of event based timing control: regular event control, named event control, event or control, and level sensitive timing control. So there are four types of event based timing controls. We'll see all these four types. In regular event control, the @ symbol is used to specify an event control. Statements can be executed on changes in signal value or at a positive or negative transition of the signal value, means whether value changes from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0 or any value change. In that case, that always block is considered for execution. Now here we are saying regular event control. Okay. The keyword pause edge is used for positive transition. Pause edge is used for positive transition. @ clock q equal to d is executed whenever signal clock changes value from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0. Pause edge means when value changes from 0 to 1, q will be assigned with d. Negative edge means when value changes from 1 to 0, q will be assigned with d. Now here pause edge refers to when value changes from 0 to 1 or value changes from 0 to x or 0 to z. It is considered as positive transition, or it may also be considered as when x, if initial value is x and z, and if value changes to 1, that is also considered as positive edge. Negative edge transition means 1 to 0 in general. So 1 to x or 1 to z, or x to 0 or z to 0. These are also considered as negative edge of the clock value transition. Then one more assignment, q equal to @ pause edge of the clock d. Here d is evaluated immediately and assigned to q at the positive edge of the clock. So initial value of d is considered, so that is evaluated, but it is initial value is delayed or assigned to Q only at the positive edge of the clock. So initial D is evaluated immediately, means the initial value of D is considered and assigned to Q at positive edge of the clock. So regular event control we have seen. Next we will see named event control. Verilog provides the capability to declare an event and then trigger and recognize the occurrence of that event below. The event does not hold any data. A named event is declared by the keyword event. An event is triggered by the symbol, okay, so arrow like symbol here. The triggering of the event is recognized by the symbol at. Below example, this is an example of data buffer storing data after the last packet of data has arrived. Event is received data. Define an event called received data. So event with the name received data we are defining. Always at pause edge of the clock begin. If last data packet is received, then trigger the event received data. Await triggering of an event received data. When the received data is triggered, so data buffer, it should be stored with 4 packets. Packet 0, packet 1, packet 2 and packet 3. These 4 data packets are concatenated and all together 4 data packets are assigned to data buffer. So here you can observe usage of an event is triggered by the symbol arrow mark. The triggering of the event is recognized by the symbol at. Verilog provides the capability to declare an event and then trigger and recognize the occurrence of that event below. So we have seen this is an example of data buffer storing data after last packet of data has arrived. Event received data. Define an event called received data. Okay. We have seen named event control. We have named event as received data. Event or control. So main basic observation is you have got reset, clock and D. Reset, clock and D, all three are inputs for D flip flop. When reset is 1, Q output should be made 0 irrespective of clock. If clock changes, if clock is high, then store Q with D. Q you assign with D. When clock high, so in that case output Q will be assigned with D. So here you can observe we have written an always statement at the rate, and between these inputs reset, clock and D we are making use of OR. Event or control. Sometimes a transition on any one of multiple signals or events can trigger the execution of a statement or a block of statements. This is expressed as an OR of events or signals. The list of events or signals expressed as an OR is also known as sensitivity list. The keyword OR is used to specify multiple triggers as shown below example. Sensitivity list can also be specified using a comma operator. So in place of OR, we can replace same example. Instead of writing OR here, reset comma clock comma D, that is also supported. Comma operator instead of the OR operator. Comma operators can also be applied to the sensitivity list that have edge sensitive triggers. So we generally follow the syntax reset comma clock comma D when you have got multiple inputs in sensitivity list. So you can see here OR is replaced with comma, same example. Always at reset, clock and D are separated by comma. One more block, positive edge of the clock, comma, negative edge of the reset. You can observe in sensitivity list we made use of comma operator. to separate inputs. A level sensitive latch with asynchronous reset. So here we are checking reset, clock and D. As soon as wait for reset or clock or D to change. If reset is high, set Q to 0. Asynchronous reset because so output is made immediately, Q is made 0 immediately when reset is 1. So we call it as asynchronous reset. It is not in synchronous with clock. As soon as reset becomes 1, output Q will become 0. This we are referring it as asynchronous reset. Now when reset is 0 for normal operation, in that case if clock is high, rising edge of the clock occurs, clock is high. So since we are checking level sensitive means clock should remain high for some duration. In that case Q value is assigned with D. If clock is high, in that case Q is assigned with D. You can observe here. If reset is high, Q is made 0. If clock value remains high and reset is 0, in that case Q will be assigned with D. Level sensitive latch we are defining. A positive edge triggered D flip flop. Okay, positive edge of clock and negative edge of reset with asynchronous falling reset. So here you are checking when reset value is 0. When reset value is 0, in that case Q is assigned with 0. Else Q is assigned with D. You can also observe that non-blocking assignment is done here, less than equal to. So sensitivity list with comma operator. Sensitivity list is separated by comma in both the examples. When the number of input variables to a combinational logic block are very large, sensitivity list can become very cumbersome to write. Moreover, if an input variable is missed from the sensitivity list, the block will not behave like a combinational logic block. To solve this problem, Verilog HDL contains two special symbols, @* and within parenthesis a star mark. Both symbols exhibit identical behavior. These special symbols are sensitive to a change on any signal that may be read by the statement group that follows this symbol. If you consider a combinational logic block using the OR operator, it is cumbersome to write and it is easy to miss the one input or the block. So here you have got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, P, M. So all inputs are separated by an OR operator here. Instead of the above method, use @*. Alternatively, @ symbol can be used. All input variables are automatically included in the sensitivity list. Always within parenthesis a star begin. So that means instead of writing this entire list which involves around 10 input variables, it is accommodated by single star. All input variables are part of sensitivity list now. So the same logic can be implemented. Out1 is assigned with a conditional operator A. If it is 1, out1 is assigned with sum of B plus C. If it is 0, sum of D plus E is assigned to out1. Similarly, F, G plus H, it is assigned to out2. P plus M is assigned to out2, like this. Level sensitive timing control. Event control discussed earlier waited for change of a signal value or the triggering of an event. The symbol at the rate provided edge sensitive control. Verilog also allows level sensitive timing control, that is, Verilog also allows level sensitive timing control, that is, the ability to wait for certain condition to be true before a statement or block of statements is executed. The keyword wait is used for level sensitive constructs. You consider here always wait on count enable. Here at the rate count enable, instead of writing that sensitivity list we are written with the help of wait statement. Wait count enable, then timing delay #20 count is equal to count plus 1. In the above example, the value of count enable is monitored continuously. If count enable is 0, the statement is not entered. So this particular statement is not executed. If count enable is logic 1, the statement count equal to count plus 1 is executed after 20 time units. When count enable becomes 1 after 20 time units, this particular statement is evaluated. If count enable stays at 1, count will be incremented every 20 time units. Okay, thank you students. We will continue in next class.